Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for criminal conspiracy over allegations that his 2007 presidential campaign was financed with funds from Libya during the rule of late dictator Muammar Gaddafi. The ruling, delivered on Thursday, marks a historic moment in France, making Sarkozy the first president in modern French history to be sent to jail. The judgment stunned both allies and critics. Sarkozy, visibly shaken but defiant as he left the courtroom, denounced the ruling as scandalous and vowed to appeal. He declared, "If they absolutely want me to sleep in jail, I will sleep in jail, but with my head held high. I will not apologize for something I didn't do." His wife, singer and model Carla Bruni, stood beside him as he addressed the media. The case stems from long-running suspicions that Sarkozy's 2007 campaign was partly funded by illicit Libyan money. The French court ruled that while there was no direct proof of Sarkozy personally striking a deal with Gaddafi, or that Libyan cash was physically transferred into his campaign coffers, the timeline of alleged payments coincided with political efforts by Sarkozy's close aides. The judge concluded that Sarkozy was guilty of conspiracy between 2005 and 2007, when, as interior minister, he allowed close allies to solicit Libyan financing. Once he became president in May 2007, he was shielded by presidential immunity. This case gained international attention in 2011 when Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, publicly claimed that Libya had secretly funneled money to Sarkozy's campaign. During NATO's intervention in Libya, Saif accused Sarkozy of betraying his father after receiving campaign funds. He warned that Libya held proof of financial transfers that could expose Sarkozy. Later, investigative journalists and French authorities pursued those claims, uncovering documents and testimonies that suggested Libyan intermediaries carried suitcases of cash to Paris to back Sarkozy's rise to power. The Libyan allegations have haunted Sarkozy for more than a decade. In 2018, he was detained and questioned by investigators about whether millions of euros from Gaddafi's regime were illegally funneled into his campaign. Witnesses, including former Libyan officials, claimed they facilitated or observed the transactions. While Sarkozy consistently denied these charges, the suspicions were strong enough to fuel multiple legal battles that continue today. On Thursday, the Paris court sentenced Sarkozy to 5 years in jail, though he was acquitted on related charges of corruption and receiving illegal campaign financing. His lawyers were shocked at the severity of the punishment. French media reported that the sentence is enforceable within a month, and Sarkozy is expected to be summoned on October 13th to learn when he must report to prison. The decision triggered a mix of political and public reactions. Some conservatives expressed support for Sarkozy, criticizing the judiciary for moving so aggressively. Others on the left hailed the ruling as proof that France's justice system remains independent and willing to hold even former presidents accountable. This is not Sarkozy's first encounter with the courts. Since leaving office in 2012, he has been engulfed in a series of scandals. Last year, France's top court upheld his conviction for corruption and influence peddling, sentencing him to a year under electronic surveillance. An appeals court also confirmed his conviction for illegal financing of his failed 2012 re-election campaign, with a final ruling expected soon. He also lost his prestigious Legion of Honor award earlier this year, yet continues to wield political influence and maintains ties with senior politicians, including Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu. Now, with the latest conviction, Sarkozy's political legacy is further tarnished. Once hailed as the dynamic conservative leader who modernized France's politics between 2007 and 2012, he is now facing the possibility of serving time in prison. an unprecedented fate for a French president. The appeals process will determine whether these rulings stand, but for many, the damage to his reputation and the credibility of his political career has already been done.